almost dead. You know, I really need... Man, I need to find out how... So the way that OBS, at least how I have it set up, I'm assuming there's a better way to do it, but I have audio input capture too. That is my voice. Then I have desktop audio. But that desktop audio carries between scenes. So the desktop audio volume for the main screen is the same desktop audio volume when I switch to this screen. And it'd be really nice if I could have it set to be whatever lower level when I come here. I'm guessing I just have to make a whole new audio input. If I can do that, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that, but I should figure that out. Hey, everybody. How you doing? That's aggravating. And now I'm aggravated. Oh, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. I know I've been on here actually the past few days. I've gotten to talk to quite a few of you over some card developing, and now I've got a bunch of edits to make. Shout out everybody that's been finding them. I've been paying out some gold to people finding issues. Dieter's found a bunch. Mr. Nobody found some. So, yeah, I've got some issues to fix, which luckily shouldn't take me long. I might even do it after the stream tonight just to get them updated and done. But... yeah, if you get bored and want to go find some issues, it's 100 gold for every issue you find that I change. So, up to y'all if you want to go check out, peruse through the cards. Speaking of the cards, I do have those popped up over here just for fun. For anybody that might be joining in, I usually like to give it a minute or two after I start for people to join in. Nightbot's just grumpy because I woke him up. So, yeah, these are the cards we've been working on. I'm stoked to continue working on. I've got to do items next, and then locations. I have the heroes done. I have the promos done. So once I get the remaining like 600 cards done, we'll be able to implement that into the Discord so that when you pull, you actually get to see your cards here. And this doesn't even include the grades, or we'll also have a little... Is this on the right screen? Yeah. We'll also have a little first edition note here for any of them that happen to be first edition. And you'll also have some holographic versions pop up that you'll get to see. So I can't wait to get these done. It is going to be so much fun seeing them. So lots of stuff coming down the pipeline. Also, I am going to be developing a new back of the card that doesn't look very Pokemon-y. So we'll get to do that. But anyway, back to the story at hand. So we last left off. You all have been tasked with finding this painting. Very, very, I guess, important painting. And people seem to really want it because there was a group that had it. And it was stolen by this guild. And the painting is supposedly of the most beautiful man. And it's talked about the beauty and how deep that can be and how important it is and what's the importance, and there's a whole lot of fancy rich people talk all about this painting. So it got stolen. You were tasked by the people that had it to go find it. They knew that this guild had it, and they said, we can drop you off nearby if you can go grab that painting and bring it back. So in the first session we did, you all managed to, arriving at a dark, rainy night, come up to this guild house. You saw it was a big guild house, but it had a stable to the right where you decided to start off. With some really nice rolls, you were able to sneak into the stables undetected, use the stables to sneak into the house, also undetected, found a secret door that seemed to lead into the basement where you had two options that this person that was captured from this guild told you the painting probably is, which would either be in the basement or in the round section of the house. So you've decided to go down into the basement. You made your way through this watery basin full of a swarm of quippers that you fought and killed. And then you... Sorry, thought I heard something. And then as you came out, you found yourselves in this long hallway that seemed to dead end with arrow slits lining the walls. So you tested it out, walked yourselves down the hallways, and eventually stepped on a pressure plate where you activated a couple skeletons on the outside, not as many as it looked like there may have been, which you quickly dispatched of using your turn undead as a cleric So you did use a divine intervention there. No, not divine intervention. You did use a oh my gosh, what are they called? You're gonna correct me. I know it, Widget. You know the answer. Anyway, you used it. You get 2. You actually, yeah, you get 2 of them per long rest now. Yeah. Thank you, Channel Divinity. You used your Channel Divinity to dispatch of the undead, and it actually used the destroy undead aspect of it to just blast them away. At the end of the hallway, you found a secret door that seemed to lead to this weird maze where you heard a deep, repetitive, guttural breathing, almost to a growl level, but you weren't quite sure where it was coming from. It just seemed to be coming from somewhere towards the end of the maze. So you made your way through this maze and eventually found a pressure plate that when you stepped on it, you heard further into the maze where you kind of heard that breathing coming from, the sound of metal grinding on stone. And as you stepped off of it, you heard it once more. Eventually, you found yourselves at the end of the maze where it seemed to be that the growling was the loudest, but there was nothing there. And so searching around, couldn't really find any answers, so decided to have one of you go back and step on that pressure plate again, where eventually you heard once more the sound of the metal grinding on the stone inside of the wall. So you got the idea that there's probably some hidden door here. You're just going to have to step on some kind of pressure plate to open that door back up. So you went back into the maze, found a couple more pressure plates, and eventually you found all 3 that then unlocked the door and opened it up. As you made your way into the door that was now open, you found that the guttural growling sound seemed to be magical of sorts, some kind of arcane spell put in place just to sound like growling to maybe deter you from making your way this way. But you found that you were in some kind of cell room, some kind of cell block here that actually had somebody captured inside. With a little bit of talking and a little bit of bartering, the person behind the locked cell said that they would tell you where the traps were in the room if you guaranteed to let them out of the cell. They took a chance. They didn't really have much to barter with, but they did know where the trap was supposedly. So they took a chance, you took a chance, and they told you that the door on the far side of the room was trapped, and it would have a acidy poison spray that would come out. So you threw a barrel at it, and the barrel along the door, activating it and sending out this burst of poison that none of you got hit by because you didn't test that theory. So as a sign of good faith, you used what's his face, Damien, to walk over and open it up using the key that you had gotten that unlocks all the rooms. You use the key, you open the cell, and you let the prisoner out, who whipped out a dagger and then stowed it away, showing that he wasn't there to go back on his word. So you opened up the cell, you let him out, he went away, and then you went into the next room. You find yourselves in what looked to be some kind of storage room with a bunch of crates and a bunch of chests. And after perusing through the crates and the chests, you found a little bit of treasure, one of which was a necklace of fireballs. After a very good arcana check and some player knowledge, you knew that this was a necklace of fireball that, if I remember correctly, had 6 beads. But I could go back and figure that out later. So, yeah, you had a necklace of fireball. We're going to say 6 beads now just because I don't remember. And then you had another door that you opened up. And as you opened it up, you saw a pretty bare room. All that was in the corner of the room was a chest, and leaning up against the wall next to the chest looked to be some kind of frame of some sorts that was covered by a blanket. And as you did, you heard from this corner the sound of, "Hey, who's there? I can't see you. Come on. Come on, let me know who's there." And that is where we last left off. So now I ask you, as I change over the music here, what is it you would like to do? Oh, I do need to. I don't know if the link to this map still works, but it's fine. So what would you like to do? Yeah, sorry. Lynn started us off. She may or may not be looking right now. I'm not sure. I know she was playing with Caden. So she might not be in here yet. If she is still playing with Caden, you might hear him stomping around at some point. Double check the room before heading to the covered object. Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. Actually, you know, we're going to do perception check. And I'll say, who would you like to do the perception check in this instance? Oh, the first one was a nat 20. So who would you like to do the perception check here? Jeremy with the nat 20 just to start the night off. First roll. Jesus. Here we go. Right off the bat. Gonna be a night I can see. Because I believe Walsen has the best perception. Damien. Okay. So, Damien, with his ability to kind of be able to get out of any situation if he... Walsen. It's alright, you said Damien. I saw Damien. So, Damien with a perception bonus of -1. That's a 19. So, as he hears the voice continue to go, alright, come on. Who's out there? Let me see. I can't see your face. He peers into the room, kind of stepping in a little bit, watching where he steps, looking for any pressure plates, as now he's kind of seen what they look like, gotten accustomed to them. He finds... One second. I need to double check one thing here. No, not there. Not there. No. Here we go. Okay. So, he finds, as he looks around, kind of steering away from the painting a little bit, in this corner here, what looks to be some sort of secret door. He can feel just the very crease in the wall as he's kind of looking, and he saw what looked to be an oddly straight crack that kind of didn't mesh with the rest of the cracks. And as he felt it moved a little bit, and he could feel the outline of what seems to be a secret door in this corner. And as he's doing that, he hears from behind him, "Hey, I still hear you. I know you're out there. I can hear you moving around. You're not sneaky. You must be pretty oafy. Bit large. Don't know if that's... Oh, let's see." And you hear him start to think for a second. And he kind of pauses. So what would you like to do? Not sure if you guys can hear the music. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks like it's loud enough. I believe. Oh, I can... There we go. Check that secret door opening. Ryan Reynolds under the blanket over there ain't going anywhere. Alright, so you open the door, and you find a small hallway that leads to a ladder going up to what looks to be some kind of trapdoor, hatch. It's not open. The hatch is not open, but you find a hallway that leads to some ladder that goes up to a hatch. And as he opens the door, I'll bet you it's Elix. Is that you, Elix? You dumb oaf. Yeah, you don't walk very nice, do ya? I hear you tripping over little rocks in there. Little pebbles, little pebbles. Come on, let me see your face. Let me see your face out there. Need Zach to come in, going full on bull in a china shop. Yeah, for now it looks like it's the Jeremy Widget show. Spark conversation. All right. Right now it's the Spider-Man meme and we're all just pointing at each other. All right. So Damien opens the door and getting kind of berated by something behind him. Walsen's going to walk in, and as he hears the voice talking, all right, I don't think we need to be tossing insults like that. And immediately hears, oh, a fresh voice. Haven't heard yours before. Ooh, man, I was beginning to think you might have been Gwish. You weren't talking at all, but not with that accent. Oh. Why don't you let me see you? Let me see your face. Come on, I can't see you from here. Open it up. Open it up. So as Walsen starts to speak with whatever's making the noise in the back, what would you like to do now? As Damien kind of rotates to see what's going on behind him. And these two just get in line, interested on what it is they're hearing, not totally sure what to do about it. Take the cover off. All right. Damien will creep up. Do a sleight of hand check, just to see how fast you kind of whip this cover off. As Damien reaches out. Oh, I can feel you. I can sense you there. Go ahead, grab the cloth. It's not too far. Just grab the cloth, pull it off. Nat 20. And so, with that, geez, this is going to be a rough night with these 20s. With that, Damien grabs the cloth and immediately just does this backflip, whipping this thing backwards. And in like one fell swoop, he takes the blanket and on his backflip, kicks the blanket backwards out of his way with his foot, landing Spider-Man style, ready with his short bow. Or his, I think he's got a hand crossbow, doesn't he? Whatever it is. For whatever it is there. So he would have went backwards one. And as he does so, hold on, I have it in the wrong spot at the moment. Where did I put that? Here it is. Sorry. Moving. Moving. Oh no, where did I put it? Oh no. Oh, here it is. I should have moved it down here before. Sorry about that. All right. As he does so, you see this painting of a very ornately dressed man. standing under what looks to be a tall oak tree overhanging him. He's almost like posing under the oak tree with a backdrop of sunflower fields just covering these hills behind him. And the sun, the painting with the rays, the swirls of white coming down to just cast the nice bright white light onto the man standing under the tree. But what's interesting is the tree is swaying a little bit. The fields of sunflowers, almost in a wave-like motion, flowing with what would seem to be some sort of breeze, as the white light from the sun kind of reverberates in the background, kind of shining down on this, the picture, the painting of this man, who turns his head immediately and goes, "Oh, that was quick. That was very fast. Wow, way to go. What's your name, friend?" And he kind of leans forward into the painting, and as he moves forward, the lower portion of his body, like, it kind of disappears under the frame, almost as if he's behind this frame in a world that doesn't exist. And he peers over at Damien and then peers over at Walsen and goes, "You must have been the one that first started talking. And who are you two back there? Who do I see? I see a big fella with a shield. Looks to be a sword. You must be some kind of knight of sorts. And then a wizard. Ooh, tell me your thoughts on the weave. What do you feel about the way that we handle the weave and we integrate it into the society around us? What do you think about the arcane discrepancy between the rich and the poor?" And starts to go off on these conversations, just digging into your minds, asking questions, almost not letting you get a word out. What is it you would like to do as this painting continues to talk and ask questions? Most handsome man in the world. Artist was a hack, if you ask me. He doesn't look a thing like me. And the man in the painting says, "A man who must hide behind his armor. I see that stubble, those scars. Oh, must be a little tough sometimes. You meet a pretty woman who wouldn't bat an eyelash at somebody who has to go fight for another man." What's going on, Jesse? How you doing? So you've got this painting. Seems to be berating you a bit. Damien with the most insane backflip, blanket kick to Spidey landing, bow preparation, ready to fire, stunt. Just tuning into what seems to be a serious soap opera moment. Yeah, they've unveiled what seems to be most likely the painting, that it's alive. It's an image. It seems to be moving, and the man in the painting is talking, and he's asking questions, kind of peering into the thoughts and minds of those in the room. So what is it you would like to do with the painting? All right, Jesse asks, "Cover it?" Question mark. Meanwhile, Ommoll shaking his head. "It's always the little dogs that bark and bark and bark. Stuck inside a frame, unable to get out, see the world as it is." The painting just kind of stares at him, and you see a little bit of a grimace, unfazed. I've seen some of the most fearsome men of power in the world. I've been places you can't imagine. I've seen things you won't believe are real. I've been taken to places that most individuals will never know existed. I'll bark and bark and bark as I continue to see the world from a little frame, and you fight for your, what, happiness? To prove something? To show how tough you are? Look at you go, big guy. Out saving the world. So what do you do now? Well, Walsen chimes in. Right now, all you have is this room. And if the guild above were indisposed of, and we left, well, here you'd sit. Not much of a world, eh? And he just peers over at Walsen, kind of looking him up and down, staring at his holy symbol, gathering information, and you can tell that he's soaking it in. As you guys stand there, the longer you stand there, he's gathering information just by looking at every one of you. I guess for a bit, I'd be here, staring at this room, waiting. Someone would find me. I'm worth so much. You think someone would just let me rot down here? And don't get me wrong, it might be a while. I'm not going anywhere. I'll wait. I've got eternity. Men of power would fight anything, pay anything to have me just in their house. And they're going to carry me to that place. Put me in a museum. Put me in a vault. Put me in some rich scholar's mansion so I can listen to all the inner workings of the different underground societies that you measly folk wouldn't get a seat at the table to listen to. I might be down here a bit. Don't come get me. I mean, why are you here? I can only imagine someone sent you to get me. Have we found a chest that would fit this painting? It's pretty large. I would say probably not. Yeah, not without, like, ruining the painting, having to, like, push it in. Our mission was to get the painting and take it back, right? That is correct. The mission was, they sent you out to collect the painting that was stolen from them and bring it back. Yep, you gotta retrieve the painting. Concerned about the rain possibly messing with it. Does it have to be in the frame? You're not sure. It was never stated. And so go ahead and roll a perception check. And you can make it at advantage as the four of you are collectively looking in the room, staring at the painting, kind of looking it up and down. Go ahead and roll a perception check. I guess investigation. I'll go investigation. You unroll it for a second. You'll regret this. Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check as you're staring at this painting with advantage. Whoever would like to do that. And you can use 2d20 for advantage, by the way. Exclamation point 2d20. Close, Jesse. You got to switch the 2 and the exclamation point. The exclamation point has to come first. There you go. Unless there was a space there. Third time's the charm. There it is. 11 and 16. Okay, 16 plus 7 for Lenka. As Lenka kind of inching forward a little bit, peering around the corner, taking a moment to really eye up this painting. Couple things, and honestly, Damien might notice it too, being as close as he is. The frame, ornate. The frame itself, almost as immaculate as the painting would be if it weren't alive. There's carvings into it that are so intricate in the corners with these little flower petal engravings. It almost makes, even though it's metallic, it makes the leaves and the flowers that are there look almost real. And it's golden in color. You're not sure if it's a golden frame. It might just be like gold plated or something, but it's definitely golden in color. But then you notice there's a little bit of a gap between the frame and the painting. It looks like there is a seal on it. There seems to be some kind of glass in it, but it's so crystal clear, it could even be crystal for all you know. A just straight up sheet of clear, what looks to be glass on top of it, sealed inside of the frame. Mostly for, you would imagine, some kind of protection, or at least, some kind of cover for it to keep it from getting dirty or dusty or whatever that may be. So the framing that it's in, ornate. And as Lenka kind of peers in there, the painting turns his gaze towards him, flips its hair a little bit. You like what you see? You like it? What do you think? Tell me what you're thinking. What are your thoughts? You need me to pose? And he steps back and gets into a pose once more. Hair begins to flow with the wind a little bit. Magic's great, isn't it? Is that glass keeping... any runes on the glass? Is that glass keeping something in? There are no runes on the glass. And as far as keeping something in, you imagine that it's keeping just the painting flat, I guess. Caden would like me to know that he's watching and not playing. Got it. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for watching. The painting stares out at my YouTube community. I see you watching. So now what would you like to do? Is this? Oh, okay. Got it. I thought something. Oh, I gotta hide this. There we go. Hidden. There we go. I didn't like that being on the way. Honest question though, runes on the glass. There are no runes on the glass. The glass, it just looking at it, it just looks like a pane of glass. But it's perfection. There is you don't see any scratches on the glass. You don't see any waves as if it wasn't poured correctly. It is perfectly clear, flat crystalline glass, which, I mean, in this time period, I feel like I say time periods if it was an era in this world. It's not as common to see such perfection in the glass. There tends to be just little mishaps and errors in different parts of it for the way that it sets. I have a... Thought I had a door opening. Guess not. Alright. Going once, going twice. Anybody? Walsen, are you waterproof? Alright. So you guessed that we're here to get you for somebody. Not gonna say that you're wrong. But it's a bit wet outside. So, are you waterproof? And the painting begins to laugh. I know you're here to get me. I'm excited to go back, see what else might happen. Yes, I am weatherproof. I experience only perfect weather. Perfect weather for a perfect figure. But, alas, I think that I should stay. So it's probably best that you just head on back. You can leave the cover off, but if I were you, I would turn and go and get out of here. And he starts shooing off the painting with out of the painting with a little bit of a laugh and a smile. Go head home. Leave me here. Odds we have a bag of holding or something to transport without listening to this guy. Also dictates if we can take back the way we came or if we have to go up the new way we found. That is true. So as he beckons you to leave the cover off, but go ahead and get out of here. You do not have a bag of holding, although I will clarify that real quick. Drive, Google Drive. Alright, so this would be in here. I think I put it on Google Drive, did I not? Stream session character sheets, is it in there? Character gear, there we go. Items and equipment, potions, treasure, yeah, you do, weapons and gear. Yeah, you do not have a bag of holding. Was doing bedtime, didn't know we were picking this up this week. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome back. They're trying to decide what to do. You have now found what looks to be some kind of secret hallway that leads to a ladder going up to some kind of hatch. And the painting continues to... You've now taken the cover off of the painting. And the painting is consistently asking questions, mocking the individuals as the individuals try mocking it back. It's very confident in everything that it does. And as you have asked it if it's waterproof, to find out if it would be able to go out into the rain or not, it mentioned, yeah, of course I'm waterproof. I'm weatherproof. Nothing but perfect rays of sunshine in my world here. But it'd be best if you just left me here. Keep the cover off, but go ahead and get out of here. It's time to go. I appreciate you showing up, but the conversation's gotten a bit stale. What an obnoxious painting. Thanks, Van Gogh. Damien. Ugh. What an obnoxious painting. And the painting looks over. I could tell you used to exist in a place much like this, I imagine. Did you get in any fights with any of your spy mates, if you will? Which crew did you work for? I probably have been in and out of their chambers here and there. I've been many places. People want me there. I'm guessing they didn't want you anymore. That's probably why you're not there. Now you're doing these odd little side quests to come rescue a painting? Wow. How much are they paying you? Minimum? Go tell whoever it is that sent you. It's not worth it anymore. Just stay away. Well, regardless, immediately put the cover back over the painting. These character sheets are not loading for me. Does anyone have mage hand? Strangely, no. Stop talking, Damien. Yes, Damien's. Just stop talking. And so it says, regardless, we're going to put the cover back on. So as Damien says, stop talking, and he turns to pick up the cover to bring it back, the painting's like, no, 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 no. I wouldn't do that. And Damien is lifting up the cover and bringing it towards it, and the painting immediately goes, why? And he reaches up to the oak tree and pulls down a branch and snaps it off and kind of waves it around. And just as Damien's getting there, he points the branch outside of the painting, and immediately 3 magic missiles come flying out and all strike Damien right in the chest. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative. Thanks, Widget. Let me see. Oh, I need this up real quick. I don't remember. I don't think I put this in here. Okay. I gotta add a creature real quick. But I do need 4 D20s. All right, and then I need to start this. Okay. Okay. So, we'll go in order of what I've got up here. So I have Captain Ommoll first. He got a 9 plus 2. So it's an 11. Damien got a... I don't remember if this adds it or not. Damien got a 2 plus 4. Plus 6. Lenka got a 9 plus 2. So 11. And then Walsen, I need one more D20. Lost signal. I missed some stuff it means. Sorry, I'm just catching up with your chats too. 14. Walsen with a 14 minus 1. 13. Okay, yeah. Alright. And now I need to add the improved initiative up here, but that might be a little out of whack. Let me copy URL to clipboard. Good. Alright. There it is. So, with that, first I will do the magic missile for the painting. Let's see what we get here. Oh, no way. 111. Are you kidding me? Oh. So it does 6 damage to Damien. That is crazy. 6. Ah, what a lame magic missile. So as he goes to fluff the cover up onto the painting, he feels these 3 little weak spikes go right into his leg. It's like nothing. Barely feels it. So, with that, it is now Walsen's turn. What would you like Walsen to do? Yeah, for once, Lenka's in the background and you just hear a... Oh, nice try. So, as the magic missiles strike into Damien, Walsen reacts, seeing that a battle has ensued. What is Walsen gonna do? Yeah, I can't believe 3 ones. What a lame roll. Meanwhile, you all have already rolled 2 nat 20s. That's crazy. Cray. Having an issue getting the sheets to open for some reason. Really? Linz was saying the same thing. I'm not sure why. All right, hold on. Let me... Maybe I need... Can you see the sheets at least? Or can you not even see the sheets? Anyone with the link? Yep. Copy link. All right. Yeah, if you can see the link, then I'm not sure what the issues would be. I mean, not see the link. I'm sorry. If you can see the sheets, then I'm not sure what the issue would be. If you're having access issues, well, then I guess I'm still not sure what the issue would be. But here is the link to the character sheets. Can Damien sneak behind the painting and cover it from behind? On his turn, he can. Try. It's currently Walsen's turn. Oops, sorry. Have Walsen do what Lindsay suggested. All right, so Walsen is going to, seeing the reaction, run by, grabbing the cover on the way by, and go behind the painting and immediately spread it out over the top of it. As the painting, you watch the painting follows him around the frame and goes to react accordingly, but isn't able to ready himself for another attack in time, as Walsen runs behind the painting and throws this cover up around it. And you watch as it deflates down around the outside of the painting altogether. So that's his action. It's like 5 feet of movement. Anything else you want to do for his turn? Otherwise, we will move on to Captain Ommoll. I'm going to guess that's probably the end of his turn. So as Captain Ommoll comes around the back side of the painting and throws the cover on top of it, the chest to the left of the image immediately, and this tongue comes flying out and whips itself over at Walsen behind the mirror. Let me unhide that. And let me zoom in a little here so you can see better. So he is going to turn his attention to Walsen. And... Alright. I need... What is his attack? It's +5. Alright. So... D20. Alright. Come on, Nightbot. I want good rolls too. There we go. 16 plus 5, 21 to hit Walsen. And I believe his HP is 15. I mean, his AC is 15. Yep. So that will hit. So with that damage, this pseudopod tongue comes whipping out from the chest and strikes out at it. Target is subjected to its adhesive trait. Okay. So it's 1d8 plus 3. So... 6 plus 3, 11 points of damage to Walsen. As the tongue grabs onto Walsen, Walsen feels the stickiness of this purple, disgusting, tongue-looking pseudopod sticking to his chest. And he is now grappled by the mimic. Now with that, it is Captain Ommoll's turn. What would you like to do? We want Brandon to roll like Junior. All right, Captain Ommoll is up. Step up and start hacking at the mimic. All right, 5, 10, 15, 20. So, Captain Ommoll, seeing the mimic come alive, seeing the painting covered, he's going to run in. Ugh! And he's going to batter down on this mimic. So go ahead and roll 2 d20s for your 2 longsword attacks. And it's level 7 now, right? He's level 7? I forget what he gets for level 7, if anything. So he's +8 to hit. Go straight for the tongue. 15 plus 8, 23. That will hit. Go ahead and roll your... Yeah, second attack. Yep. And a nat 20. Holy cow. Nightbot is in a good mood today. Oh my god. All right. So, the damage for your longsword coming in two-handed is 1d10 plus 5 slashing. So, go ahead and roll 2 d10s. And we're going to double the second one, and then we're going to add 10. Sheesh. Well, I had said he was coming in two-handed, hacking down at this thing. I mean, it's going to bring his AC down to 17, but I assume you're fine with that. 1. There we go. About time we get some rolls coming my way. Double the next one. A 5. All right. So we have 1 plus 5 times 2, which is 10. So it's 11 plus 10. 21 points of damage to this mimic as Captain Ommoll comes running in. And he kind of hits the metal corner on the first hit, but then slides across the mimic, kind of cutting up towards its tongue a little bit on the second one, and just slices off the pseudopod tongue, which is still sticking to him, and you see the pseudopod kind of maneuvering, but Walsen is currently freed from the grapple as Captain Ommoll has to, with the nat 20, cut the tongue off. All right, Lenka is up. What would you like Lenka to do? What would you like Lenka to do? As Captain Ommoll comes up, slices the tongue off. Walsen, the tongue stuck to his chest. Oh, good save. Oh, this thing's still moving. And Captain Ommoll, this thing's no match. Lenka is going to kind of step into the room a little. Attack! Lenka was our spellcaster, right? That is correct. Thought for the group, depending on how heavy the painting is, could Lenka possibly, Damien, move the painting out of the fight, the picture facing the wall? All right. Could Lenka and possibly Damien move the painting out of sight? So Lenka is going to run in, and he's going to grab hold. I'll leave him here for a second. He's going to grab hold to part of the painting and say, oh, we need to move this out of the way, out of the fight. And he's looking at Damien. And so I will allow collectively, he can hold his movement momentarily, knowing what the point is. I know typically you can't hold movement. But so then on Damien's turn, he's seeing what Lenka's going to do, going to run up, grab the other side, and they will collectively move the painting over here, spinning it around and facing the wall. I can't see the character sheets without closing the window. Would he have some spell of protection to cast over the painting? He wouldn't. No, the only thing that would really work like that would be maybe Liamon's tiny hut, but that would, and I don't even know if he has that, but that would be a ritual cast. It's something that you typically cast. It takes 10 minutes to cast it. And so, Zach, I know you don't play outside of this. Every round is 6 seconds. So theoretically, if you were to cast something like that, it would take, like, I don't know what the math is here, 100 rounds? Is that right? 10 rounds for a minute, and then, yeah, 10 minutes. So, yeah, it would take 100 rounds for him to cast that. So, yeah, realistically, that's the only thing I can think of that would go along with what you're mentioning here. Why does that say giant crab? Do you see that? Oh, because I'm giant crab over here. There you go. I was like, that's definitely not a giant crab. All right. So, those two take their turn. Yeah, because I'll say it was Damien's action to, like, grab, hold, and move. He does have a bonus action. So if you would like Damien to use his bonus action after dropping it off at the corner of the room here, he can dash, disengage, or hide. I don't imagine he needs to do any of that. So we'll go to the portrait's turn. The portrait, feeling you move it, you just hear the laughter. Fighting another man's battle. Go ahead. Keep fighting it. Fight for them. Beckon to other men's will as they all beckon to mine. But he doesn't do anything. He's under this cover. He's facing the wall. You can't see him. He can't see you. So that's going to be the end of his turn. It is now Walsen Bessetier's turn, who just got the pseudopod cut off. It's kind of stuck to him, kind of wriggling around his body. Oh, yeah. All right, he can hide behind the portrait. Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check as he kind of dips behind the portrait a little bit here. Roll a d20 for the stealth check. This portrait is so ignorant. Yeah, he's kind of full of himself. All right, 7 plus 10, that's a 17 hide. Okay. And with that, what would you like Walsen to do now? Bonus action, spiritual weapon. All right. So, focusing on the pseudopod for a moment, he's going to realize that it's not really controlling anything. It's not doing anything that the mimic would want. It's just kind of wriggling around. He's going to lose focus on it for a second, and he's going to hold up his holy symbol, and immediately this spherical yellowish-green energy is going to appear next to the mimic. Just popping in for a like and some gold. Hey, I appreciate it. It all helps. That's fine. That's all I asked for. So he's going to... Where is... There it is. Pop up his spiritual weapon next to the mimic. I can assure you all, our reward for returning this painting will not outweigh the bantering we have endured. You're not sure. You don't know what the reward is. So, only one way to find out. But yeah, so immediately this orb pops up next to the mimic. Would you like to attack as your bonus action? Go ahead and roll a d20, because it's a free attack anyway. You can attack with it when it pops up. Go ahead and roll a d20 to attack this mimic as your spiritual weapon appears out of nowhere. Wouldn't be the first time the reward wasn't worth the risk. A 9 plus 4, or no. Yeah, plus 4 for Walsen? Oh no, he's what, a 5 now? Because he's level 7 or whatever he is. That's Captain Ommoll. I need Walsen. Where's Walsen? There he is. Walsen is still a plus 4. So 9 plus 4 is a 13 to hit the mimic. Does that hit is the question. The answer to that is yes, it does. It does hit. So this spherical yellowish green energy appears out of nowhere and just flop, whacks right into the mimic. Go ahead and roll a... I don't remember what the damage. It's 1d8 plus something, right? 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, plus 4. Oh, actually, it should have been plus 7 for that attack. I was wrong anyway. A 6 plus 4, so 10 damage to the mimic. All right, that was your bonus action. Is there anything else you would like to do with Walsen? He still has his action. He still has his movement. The painting is a mimic or the frame, question mark. It was the... Yeah, she's right. It was the chest that was sitting next to the painting. Back away from the mimic. All right. Walsen will step back. Oh, that's enough of that. Back away. Seems very close. You guys are on the same page. Nice. And then... Lindsay beat me to it. It's only because she's hooked up to the same router, I feel like. Can he cast again? He can cast a cantrip if he would like to. He's currently cast a higher level spell. But the frame is still a wise guy, or it was the chest right in his mouth? It was the frame, the painting was the one running his mouth. And he still is from underneath the cover. Oh, did you see my most recent subscriber up there? I like that name. Dice of Time. That's kind of cool. Sacred Flame it is. Go ahead and roll. No, he's got to make a saving throw for Sacred Flame, right? I believe. I believe in a thing called love. Dexterity saving throw. Coming in hot. Dear Nightbot. How about I get a nat 20? Hey! Ask and he shall receive. 20. Because I imagine their saving throw is awful. +1. 21. As Walsen, the mimic seemingly having some kind of connection with him now as Walsen takes his pseudopod-like tongue. The mimic almost follows him. And then as Walsen goes, oh, back ye beast, and he's going to send this sacred flame, the mimic somehow quickly rotates sideways so that the flame goes in between the arch of the chest. It just flies through, and then it's going to turn back to Walsen. But that will be the end of Walsen's turn. It is now the mimic's turn. And so with this connection, the mimic will hop, 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 slither around, and he's going to attack Walsen once more. So let's do another D20. Would have been cool if I got the nat 20 on this one, though. Saving throws are kind of lame. So as the mimic comes up to Walsen, wanting his tongue back, he's going to whip out another pseudopod from the side of the chest and just kind of slap it onto the side of Walsen. That does hit. A 13 plus 5, 18. So he's going to do 1d8 plus 3 damage. Oops. See what he does here. See what he does. Walsen gets to block with a shield. So with a shield, the shield just adds 2 to your AC. So that is what's kind of setting... like, if he doesn't get hit, if it doesn't go past the armor class, it's kind of like he blocked it with his shield, if that makes sense. But no, he doesn't get, like... There's not, like, a block action. 2 plus 3, so 5 points of damage to Walsen as this pseudopod smacks into him. And it is going to stick onto partially him and partially the other pseudopod that was wriggling around. And you watch as the two start to kind of form back together as he's kind of bringing a part of his body back. Okay, thanks. Yeah, no problem, no problem. There's a lot to it, so ask away. There's plenty of questions that are all reasonable. So with that, the mimic is done. It is Captain Ommoll's turn. What would you like Captain Ommoll to do? I would like this heater to be able to get a little bit closer to my feet. Do you do flanking bonuses of any type? I don't typically. Only because I find that the focus starts to be how can I flank at this point, which I guess, I mean, it's part of the game if you do it. But no, I typically, I flavor it that the flanking doesn't exist. Bop, bop with the long sword. 2d20s. Go ahead and roll them. As we attack this purpley, gross chest. Nat 1. This is what we want to see. Here comes a 3. You heard it here first. It's going to be a 3. Wait for it. You probably have to roll. You have to probably try again because I think those two might have been too close to each other. And a 5. Wow. Plus 8 is still enough to hit. So the second one, even though you only rolled a 5, plus 8 does hit. Might behind you back his turncoat. Oh, all right. So while go ahead and roll your d10 to see if it hits. And in the meantime, I'm going to tell you guys 2 funny things that happened at work today. Number 1, I met a sweet woman at the, I was getting a coffee this morning, and she was talking to some other person. She was very nice, a little bit older woman. She, at one point, she was kind of rambunctious. It was early in the morning. She's kind of loud. A 10 out of 10. Very nice. She goes, because it's so cold here right now, and there's ice everywhere, and they, like, canceled school the other day just because it was going to refreeze, and they had a 2-hour delay today. She said the coolest line. She said, I drive a school bus, and it's like driving on tuna cans out there. And I thought that was the funniest line, and I don't know why. And I was like, I'm definitely going to use that at some point, because now I just pictured the school bus with 4 tuna cans for wheels, driving around, slipping all over the place. But I don't even know where that line comes from. It's like driving on tuna cans out there. So that was really funny. The other thing that was really funny was I found out that somebody that I work with over in England used to do radon testing of homes. And he was in the Air Force, and so at one point he was doing radon testing in the air of kind of like just testing for fallout from Chernobyl. The conversation kind of went to this. And I misunderstood what he said. I thought he said he was doing radon testing in houses in Chernobyl. And I was laughing so hard because it was like a skit. So I imagine this being like a really funny SNL skit, but like doing radon testing in homes that are in Chernobyl. Like, you're good. Radon levels are low. So, I don't know. It was just, but then once he realized why I was laughing and the confusion that I had, he started laughing really hard. So I think that somebody should make that a funny skit. A radon tester person whose job is to do radon testing in Chernobyl, in the houses in Chernobyl. Anyway, back to what I was doing. So you rolled a 10 with Captain Ommoll, and I believe it's plus 4, right? Or plus 4 damage. So 14 more damage to the Mimic. 14 damage. Okay, so with that, Captain Ommoll's turn is over. Lenka's up. What would you like Lenka to do? And my dumb self heard that and saw a bus driver across the road paved with tuna cans. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what she meant. But the way she kind of made it look, I guess, the way she was doing her hands and all that, it sounded like she was talking about the wheels being tuna cans. And I don't know, I just immediately got that vision and it stuck in my head, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to use that line. It's going to stick. What would you like Lenka to do? Wasn't there something recently about parts of that area being redeveloped? I have no idea. No idea. But if they do, they're going to have to do radon testing in the basements. What spell options for Lenka do we have? We have... I'm always a fan of Witch Bolt, but open to suggestions. With Lenka, you've got... pull them up. Yeah, so you've got... Which one did you say? Witch Bolt? That is a first level spell. Same with Magic Missile. You've got Melf's Acid Arrow, Scorching Ray, and then you've got Fireball and Haste. Super chat turn. Is good. Is it turned off? That's odd. Well, you never have to feel obligated to do that, but Brian has been up there forever. He wanted to be the first, and luckily for him, that has kept him up there forever. I think if it ever got to a point where, like, a lot of people all of a sudden were showing up to these, like 100 people were commenting, I would have to be like, listen, I'm going to follow the comments as best as I can, but if someone super chats, like, I have to do what they're saying, because I can't even keep up with these. Like, and I would have to do that anyway, but, like, it would just have to be, like, an emphasis on, like, look, I can't keep up with everyone, so if you're really trying to get me to do something, that's the only way I'm going to see it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that was turned off. I don't know why it is. Oh, because... It says monetization is off. Oh, no, it's on. For a second, it said off. I don't know why it said off. That was odd. Cast Fireball into the mouth of the Mimic while someone else closes the lid. That would be awesome. Fireball into the Mimic. I mean, you can. And he can sculpt the spells. An evocation wizard, that's the word I was going for. That is up to you guys. If you... So, I will say... Fireball... I don't see it as originating in a point. And then... I almost see it as, like... it's hard to explain. It's not like striking down from the heavens. It's like just appearing big and fiery all in that one place. So I don't know. It would... Again, you could still sculpt the spell around everyone, but you wouldn't be able to put it in there and seal the thing shut and not have the fireball explode everywhere else. So I will leave it up to the vote. Do we do Witch Bolt or Scorching Ray? Which question mark? Witch Bolt? Or not Scorching Ray, I'm sorry. Fireball. Rule of cool. Yes, it's an AoE. It's an AoE attack. It is a 20-foot radius. I always get radius and circumference mixed up. I think it's a 20-foot radius. All right, I'm seeing 2/3 Witch Bolt. Going once, going twice. All right, Witch Bolt wins it. So, with Witch Bolt, I can't remember what you roll for that. Okay, so make a ranged spell attack against the creature. Okay, so go ahead and roll a d20. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage on each of your turns for the duration. You can use your action to deal another 1d20. I said 1d20. 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the range. So I need a d12. And Zach, so that sculpt spells that I was talking about, as an evocation wizard, which Lenka is, any AoE spells that he casts, he can sculpt the spell around a certain number of targets, usually your allies. So he can, within that AoE, basically create pockets that it doesn't hit these spots. So he would be able to protect the things in here that he doesn't want to. So now we need a D12. Sorry, I'm just looking at... We got a 5 first. Ooh, but that was with a D20. So I'm going to go to the second one, which was a 9. Lucky you. So he takes 9 lightning damage. And he is still alive. He's looking rough. Looking rough. All right. Damien's turn. Yeah, my bad. I mean, it worked out. You luckily rolled a smaller number with the D20. All right. So bonus action. Sure, yeah. What bonus action would you like to do? You want a Misty Step? Fly out of here? Damien, come up from behind the chest mimic and gut this thing. All right. So he already hid. And with the perception of the mimic, I'll say that he was pretty well hidden. So he's going to get his attack. So yeah, he does. What I would say, Zach, is instead of going up and gutting it, it would probably be better to fire off your arrow, if anything, from where he's at. Or throw a winter blanket over the chest. That would be up to you guys. The blanket is currently covering the portrait. Crossbow, there you go. All right, so we're going to crossbow this thing. So go ahead and roll a D20 to see if you hit. And do you have advantage, right? Because you were hidden. So go ahead and roll 2 D20s. Didn't know blank was in use. Yeah, so you guys covered the painting before you moved it over here and faced it against the wall. So it's currently covering the painting, loudmouth painting. All right, you rolled a 3, but you still have 1 more attack. All right, we'll take the first of Jesse's 2. $17. So 17 plus... Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I mean, it definitely hits. It's definitely high enough. He gets like a +7. So, all right, with that, you get to roll 1d4, nope, 1d6 plus 4 damage, plus an additional, is it 4 d6s now? Because you're level 7? No, it's still plus 3 d6s. So you get to roll 4 d6s. So I need 4 d6s rolled. And then we're going to add 4 for your sneak attack bonus. Okay. Okay, so apparently I didn't have them activated. That's so odd. Because Brian was able to do them before. Sorry, you just got me wondering. I got distracted now because of that. Anyway, where were we? So, we have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 4, 16 points of damage, which is enough to kill it. So, with that, as this mimic wreathing in pain as the swords are slicing down on it and this big ball of energy has attacked it, you see that parts of the pseudopods and the kind of jelly-like core of it are just kind of falling apart as it's trying to collect itself and figure out what to do, as immediately this arrow slices right through the center of the chest, blasting it into basically a splatter up against the wall as you watch the chest formation start to just devolve into purple ooze, kind of like the Power Rangers oozes that hit the walls and just turn into gross ooze. So with that, I will say that the battle is over for now, as you've covered the painting. And the mimic is gone. And you stand here with this painting that is all of a sudden quiet for a second, and then you just hear, he kind of creeped me out anyway. Didn't really like him much. Well, what will we do now that you've hidden such beauty in the corner? I assume the next steps from here are to whisk me off to whoever paid you for my presence, my simple presence. You'll get your gold, you'll go probably spend it on wine and women, only to be poor once more and go beckon to the whim of someone else that'll pay you for the next fix. You wish to take me out of here and get what you can as quickly as possible. Well, nothing I can do about it now. Guess I look forward to my next home, if you will. Investigate chest to see if anything else was in the chest but the mimic, and that is where we will end for the night. Nobody puts baby in the corner. So you go to investigate. I won't make you roll for an investigation for this one, as you kind of sift through the blue goo and gross. It's nothing but the blue. I mean purple, sorry, not blue. Purple grossness. You don't find anything. Ugh. Alright, new rule in the group. We just pretend this guy doesn't exist. All the others know I exist. The ones that pay for me to just exist in their presence. And to think you covered me up, while others pay thousands and thousands and thousands just to put me on a showcase. LOL at Widget, give him the cold shoulder and silent treatment. So what would you like to do now? I just realized that Brian, I guess I don't know if I said it or not or when I remembered it, but apparently when he did the super chat, he said, "Scream open sesame." I don't remember what we were doing when he said that. scream open sesame. That's fun. Oh. Ooh, oh, got it. Sorry. Did we clear this room now, and are we moving to the next area? It seems like everything's been cleared out of here. Trying to open the door to the cells. It'll trying to open the door to the cells from last time. It'll soak the blanket because of the underwater bit and the rain, but take him. I don't know why I can't comprehend these two messages. Hold on. Did we clear this room now, and are we moving to the next area? Trying to open the door to the cells from last time. So... Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. There you go. It'll soak the blanket because of the underwater bit in the rain, but take him out the way we came, question mark. Oh, yeah, let me hide improved initiative. Good call. Good call. There we go. There we go. That's up to you. Would you like to go grab the painting and take it to the end of the hallway and see what's up the hatch? What's up the hatch? Let's see. So, in my best Brad Pitt voice. I'm not going to try and recreate a Brad Pitt voice because I don't have one. Damien is going to say, all right, I think we need to see what's up that ladder. See if it's a way out. And he's going to make his way down to the ladder. And he will slowly climb up the ladder. Go ahead and roll a stealth check with Damien as he tries to just slowly open the hatch and see what's on the other side of it. Oh, looks like Zach's on the same page. Bottom left wall of the room. Investigate for a way into the hallway with the ladder. So that was, before you got on, Zach, that was a secret door that they opened up. So that's just an open door you can walk through. And so he'll walk down that and check out the ladder that's there. Don't become wrath, Jesse. All right, here comes D20. $14, because he's got a plus 10 stealth, right? Yeah. So with a 14, he is going to, and I actually moved these guys because I misunderstood where this came out. Hold on, okay, yeah. So I will just describe it instead of opening up that room there for now. So as he lifts up the hatch slightly, it kind of taps something and stops. So you only get maybe about this much of the hatch lifted up. and he's able to peer outside of the hatch, and you notice what look to be a couple short wooden legs, and then you only see like 2 of them the way you're looking out, and you notice that you're under what looks to be some kind of chair, couch looking thing, and you see 2 feet sitting in front of the chair. And then through the rest of the room, from what you can see, you see several other chairs and couches with a couple other legs, feet, that you can start to see because of the angle you're looking. You see up a little bit higher, you start to see shin pads, you know, a little bit of armory leather material around the legs for 3 other individuals within the room. And you see a sword lying down, kind of leaning up against one of the walls next to a chair that someone's sitting at. And you can hear the voices. Oh, I'm gonna bet you 8 shillings that he doesn't make his way back. And they're clearly talking about something, someone somewhere, and they're kind of laughing. But this is definitely 4 awake individuals having a conversation in this room that you're currently peering in from a hatch that's hidden underneath of what looks to be some kind of chair. Fireball into the room, question mark. Y'all and your fireballs, I love it. They're talking about the painting, question mark. I mean, what else is a wizard good for? If we can get out the way we came, we know it's clear, easy in, easy out, make that gold. My opinion, at least. All right, I will add the poll. Oops. Vote away. Carnage. Well, you all have the voting capabilities. Wizard, you think you're going to let us walk out? Question mark. All right, currently just 1 vote. 1 vote for sneak out. Ooh, it's 50-50. 1 for sneak out, 1 for fireball. Give it another 30 seconds. Anyone that wants to vote, should you fireball the room or sneak out the way you came in? If you're just joining, they're deciding whether or not to sneak out of this building with the painting they've stolen, back the way they came, or fireball into this room that they're currently peering into, get rid of the individuals in there and try and make a break for it that way. All right. Going once. Going twice. We end the poll there. We fireball into the room, it seems. All right. The fireball room and go the other way. All right. So, Damien is going to maneuver his way back over. All right. I've got at least 4 individuals. And as he's talking, the paintings, must be James, Earl, John and Tom, I would imagine. Making some bets up there. Those guys are always losing the money that they've got. That's why they'll never be worth my time. And Damien shrugs off the painting, pretends he's not there for a minute. I'm thinking we do the thing. And Lenka looks at him, he's like, the thing? And Damien's like, the thing. And so Lenka is gonna, and you see a little bit of smoke coming out of his hands as he starts to rub them together. And he's going to walk over to the ladder. Whoop. So I see fireball room and go the other way. Logical thing to sneak back out, but we're living life dangerously. Distraction. So is that what you guys want to do, is fireball and then run the other way? And have we asked the painting who he is exactly? You have not. This is a terrible idea. So is that what you want to do, is attack and then run the other way? I will attack and run the other way, question mark. Oops, start poll. No would be staying and fighting. Excuse me. All right. Ooh. 2 votes, 3 votes. Oh, 2 votes yes, 1 vote no. All right, give it another 10 seconds. All right. It is looking like we're going to attack and run the other way. So, the heat starts to heat up in his hands as he lifts up the door. And immediately the room is engulfed in flames. Now, I do need to remember which individuals were in there now that I moved them to the side. Give me 1 second, and then we will see what happens as we run the other way. As you send this fireball into this room, room G12 here. All right, so go ahead and roll fireball damage. And we'll see what happens here. So while you go ahead and roll fireball damage, whoever wants to do it. In the meantime, while Lenka was walking that way, Damien is explaining to the others, all right, so we set this plan up that if there was ever a situation where we had 2 means of egress, we would use fireball, if he still had the ability to do so, to attack from one end and distract them while we run the other way. So we need to get prepared to run the other way. And as he's saying that, the others are listening, and they're readying themselves by the door with the painting. These 2 currently have the painting. They'll carry it with them. All right, so we have 4, 4, 4. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus 6, 23, plus 5 is 28. So immediately, as the rest of them are standing by the door, waiting and listening, immediately they hear, and then they start to hear, run, 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 as Lenka comes kind of like Dukes of Hazzard, spinning around the corner, feet slipping, running, like cats that run into a kitchen and they're trying to turn the other way. And he's going around the corner, and we'll do this one. All right, so they're immediately going to start running this way. Can I lock all these together? Or can I select multiple? I can. I'll just leave that back there. Okay, so let's do a couple things here. Let's do a... Let's just do an athletics check at advantage, because all of you are doing it together. So we're kind of doing a group one. Let's do an athletics check to see somehow you are booking it into this maze, going back the way you came as fast as you physically can. Somehow I don't feel this is going to kill anyone. We're going to tick them all off, and we're all going to die. Now, them adventure boys have found themselves in a whole heap of trouble. 18 and a 1. All right, so 18 with the athletics of Captain Ommoll. +7. So that's 25. So as they're running through the maze, going back the way that they remember they came from, they squeeze through this hallway with the portrait. Walsen and Ommoll going through it as the painting starts to slip out of Walsen's hands as they're going through, going around corners here. Ommoll reaches down and grabs the painting right as it's just about to hit the ground and puts his hand under it, scraping just the top of his hand a little bit and helping Walsen lift it back up as they're booking it through the maze here. Now, they're going to get to the end, and they're going to get all the way to the hatch here, where they now have to swim through the water, going as fast as they can. Go ahead and roll another athletics check with advantage as you are all collectively trying to swim through this little tunnel back out into the open pool here with the painting and get it out as fast as you can. Give me another athletics check with advantage. In the meantime, collectively, you start to hear, "Hey, who's down here? Who did this? The painting! Where's the painting? Boss!" You hear that from the far end of the cavern at this point. Oh, cough into a sneeze. Oh my goodness. Sorry. So, 17 and a 13. So 17 plus 7. As you all, well, actually, there's no hatch here. You just see the body of water at this point leap into the water, pulling the painting down as gently but as quickly as possible. Goes swimming into the thing, and you can hear under the water the painting, and you splash out of the pool of water, helping the others out. Captain Ommoll kind of pulling the others. No issues with both the 17 and a 13. You're all drenched, but coming out of here no problem. And as you do so, the painting still... Oh, the boss isn't going to like this one. Nah, not my problem. That's for you to deal with. Just make sure you don't get any stains on my frame. Otherwise, your purchaser might not be too happy. As they're now running through the door back to the steps from whence they came. All right. So, roll me a stealth check with... So it would be with advantage because it's a group of you. But I would say almost at a disadvantage because you're running. So it's just a straight stealth check coming up out of the secret door here into the room. As you now hear footsteps from down the hallway. Well, actually, I don't know if you'd hear anything because it's on the other side of the pool. But maybe you hear like a far distant, like on the other side of the wall you're at. Bob Ross would call this guy a happy little accident. All right, so 5 plus 10 of 15. So as you guys are quickly running your way up the steps with this painting. Oh, I gotta go over here to get this guy out. One second. Let me move you this way. Alright, so I guess what? Ommoll, and he would be taking the painting. I don't know. Damien might be leading the pack going through here. And then I guess Lenka will be in the back. So, you're being relatively quiet. Damien leading the way, bringing your entire party up through this system of mazes and back through the tunnel where you came from after distracting everyone from the other side. as you reach the top of the steps here. Where's he at? I just gotta find him. 1 second. There he is. From around the corner. Where? Hold on. I gotta pull him up. Sorry. Because I don't. Okay. Alright. So, from around the corner, as Damien's running up, he turns to make sure you guys have the painting coming up the steps, turns back around, and as he does so, this short sword comes flying around the corner at Damien, who, without any time to react, focusing more on getting the painting out of here and rushing. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative temporarily. That's fine. We can keep that like that. So I need 4 d20s. For D20. Yeah, I should make that a thing. Or I should... Actually, you know what? I'm glad you did that, Jesse. I'll make an initiative one for next time. You'll be able to do exclamation point initiative and roll the initiatives for everyone. All right, so we've got a 7 for Walsen, minus 2, so 5. Captain Ommoll is a 19 plus 2, 21. I need 2 more D20s. That is an 8 plus 2 is 10. And then for Damien. That is a 10 plus 4, 14. All right. So, now, with this surprise attack, this short sword comes swinging around. Brandon, what's going on? What up, what up? They are about to get mollywopped by Guildmaster Dusk. He's going to have advantage on the attack. We're committing reverse crime. Yeah. So he's gonna have advantage, swinging his sword around. See if Damien gets lucky at all. That'll probably be a no. 14 plus 6. That is a 20 to hit. So. Guildmaster Dusk is an assassin. During its first turn, the assassin has advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. Any hit the assassin scores against a surprise creature is a critical hit. The assassin deals an extra 46 damage, 4d6, not 46, damage when it hits a target with a weapon attack and has advantage on the attack roll. So then the attack is 1d6 plus 3. So it's dealing 5d6 times 2 plus 3. So I will do Fireball, and I'll take the first 5. I'll take the first 5 d6s. Oh, and I should make sure that 4, 4, 4, 2, 2. So that is 16 times 2 is 32 plus an additional 3 piercing damage. That is 35 points of damage to Damien. Uncanny dodge. Great call. Great call for Damien. So he will use his reaction to uncanny dodge to have the attack. So that is going to be 37. 17 points of damage. Then I need Damien to make a Constitution saving throw, please. So I need a Constitution saving throw for Damien. Meyer left someone else, please. A nat 1. And so with that, as the short sword comes around, the others see it slice across Damien with a green, oozy material dousing the sword on the way by as it slices across Damien. It's going to do an additional 7d6 poison damage. No. Poison, yeah. This is not doubled. Oh, 7d6. What am I doing? Fireball. Losing my mind. My mind is telling me no. Ooh. 10, 15, 24, 25, 26, 27. Plus 6 is 33. Additional points of poison damage halved is 16 more poison damage to Damien. And as this entity finishes the short sword attack, you dare take my painting! And he's going to slice one more time. Because he gets multi-attack. He can make 2 short sword attacks. So he's going to do one more. To Damien. He does not have advantage on this one. 5 plus 6 is 11 to hit. And that will not hit Damien. So with that, that will end his turn. Yeah, he'll stay there. Okay, so I need to go to the bathroom real quick, decide what you need to do, and I'll be right back. Or decide what you want to do, and I'll be right back. All right. So, not sure how he just survived that. Pile on him, everyone in the room. Uncanny Dodge is very helpful in those kind of situations. It sure was. Widget, can we spell protect him? Walsen can heal him on his turn. Pile on, but any survivors might be coming behind us. Yeah, we're in a real pickle. Walsen heals him, then he cannot move, right? No, the spell would be an action, but he still has movement. Out the window then. I'm all ready as an action that as soon as possible. Since he's beefy, be right back, gotta step away. If we can fit us and the painting out the window. Okay. All right, so up first is Captain Ommoll. So I'm seeing Captain Ommoll is gonna run up and smack this fella. So with that, he's going to lower the painting down onto the step, go running through Damien, turn, and he's gonna start swinging. So go ahead and roll your attacks against Guildmaster Dusk here. As you get two-handed swinging attacks against him. See how this goes. 2d20, so he's taking both of his attacks. A 4 and a 7 plus 8. So a 12 and a 15. The 15 just hits as he swings the first button and Guildmaster Dusk slides out of the way. The second one comes back up and just barely catches him, kind of like on the underarm. So go ahead and roll 1d. What's the damage for him? 1d10 plus 4. He's our d20 powerhouse. Yeah, go ahead and roll your d20 attack against Guildmaster Dusk here. And actually, is it plus 4 or plus 5? Did them all change? He's plus 5. Sorry, not 4. Seven plus 5 is 12 points of damage. And he is going to... no, he didn't do anything there. Okay, yeah, so 12 points of damage. Okay? And is that all you're doing? Are you moving further? Are you doing anything else? He's used his action. He still has a bonus action. He still has 20 more feet of movement. Otherwise, we will move on to Guildmaster Dusk. Action surge, 2 more thwacks. Do it! Roll him, so he will use his action surge for the day. Giving him 1 extra action to attack. Two more d20 to try to... The 2 will miss, the 14 will hit. So, as he hits the underarm of Guildmaster Dusk, he turns back to Captain Ommoll, who then, as he looks back, is coming at him 2 more times. Goes back up with 1. Guildmaster Dusk kind of pushes him away for a second, and as he does so, gives him a little bit of an area to come back and try to slice underneath. Hitting him for 6 plus 5, 11 more points of damage. Ugh. All right. All that's left now... Well, he still has a bonus action, still has a movement. Bonus action is if he wants to do the healing thing. But he hasn't been hit, so do you want to move, or are we going on to Damien? No, Guildmaster Dusk. Oh, I don't think I checked the 6 o'clock shop, by the way. I did not check the 6 o'clock shop. Oh, somebody tell Wasn't someone looking for the Staff of the Magi? It's in the shop, if anyone wants it. Alright. So, next is Guildmaster Dusk, who is going to... let's see. How does he want to do this? Alright. He is going to strike twice. He doesn't have the bonuses. So, he's going to strike twice. 2d20. A 19 and an 11. With an AC of 17, he's got +6 to attack. He is going to hit both of these. It is an AC of 17, right? I know it's 19, I think, with a shield. Yeah. All right. So he's going to attack twice and hit twice. Oof. So as he's got this sword doused in a green liquid, he's going to first go for the 1d6. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do the fireball. The first one is the first d6. I need a Constitution saving throw. I need 2 Constitution saving throws from you guys, since he's hitting twice. The first d6 is the, what type of damage is that? Piercing damage. The next 7d6 are the poison damage. Holy cow, the ones! Yeah, it's, I mean... Short, yeah, it's just part of the short sword. It's not any kind of special trait or anything. So it's one, so he takes 4 points of damage there, plus an additional 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But you got a 13 for the saving. No, his Constitution is like +4 or something, right? +5. So he takes half damage. So it's 4 plus 6. So he only takes 10 points of damage for the first attack. And then for the next one. So he gets it both times. The second con save was a 7 plus 5. There is 12. So that one he does fail. And just to make sure I'm reading this correctly. This is this is his sword, right? That's traits. There you go, short sword. Sorry, I'm trying to make it, because I want you to double check me, make sure I'm reading this correctly. But my understanding is he's getting this every time, and that was a big roll. Ugh. So 5 plus 3 is 8 piercing damage. And the target must make a DC 15 con save, which this time was a 7 plus 5, so failed. Taking 7 d6 poison damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. So this one, he takes the 8 damage piercing plus 4, 8, 9 plus 12 is 21, 25, 31 points of poison damage. So 31 plus 8. No way. Ooh. Captain Ommoll is hanging on by a thread. Then he is going to... Yeah, I mean, rules as written here. I know I'm reading it right at least. But you're right. Other things you get it once and then it goes away. He doesn't have a bonus action to disengage. But he is going to turn and run this way, shouting out to the others as Captain Ommoll takes a jab right into the chest on the second one, doing this as a flickering of green liquid goes flying into the air, and he's going to turn and run. So Captain Ommoll does get an attack on him, an opportunity attack on him. So go ahead and roll a d20 as he goes to turn and run out the secret door that you guys found earlier. $17. That will hit. 17 plus 8. That will definitely hit. So go ahead and roll a d10 plus 4 on the strike. Four plus 4. 4 plus 5, actually. So 9 points of damage to Guildmaster Dusk. As he turns to run, and Ommoll, holding on for dear life, swings his sword around and catches kind of like the heel of him as he goes running. And he goes running out the door. You fools, they were this way! And as he disappears around the corner. All right, it is Damien's turn. Damien, watching from around the corner as he just took his own strike. He watches this sword come in and go basically through Captain Ommoll. And Captain Ommoll falls down, and you see what looks to be him slicing the guy on the way by as Damien stands there, hurt himself. What will Damien do? I feel like we needed more than that. Widget, you know the abilities before we make any moves. How big are the windows in this room? So the the window here, definitely a double window with like a middle piece to it. So, I mean, it's probably 8 feet wide, a good 4 feet tall. Maybe 6 feet wide. That looks 8 feet. Wooden shutters. Kind of open right now. You can hear the pitter-patter of the rain outside. How feasible would it be to bust them and go through? And are you the type of DM to roll damage for going through a window? Let's go ahead and just make an attack against the window. And I will say... so you're definitely going to hit it. I'm not even going to make you roll to hit it. A 6 damage or higher, the window bursts open and it's wide open. 5 damage or less, and you make a hole kind of jaggedy. We'll see what happens from there. So for his attack, it's 1d6 plus 4. Right? With your rapier as you go to bust the window open. Oh, it's 1d8 plus 4. Alright, well, you heard me. 6 or more. Should have made it a little higher. You can re-roll. Oh, nuts. You can re-roll. It should have been a d8, not a d6. I lied to you and said d6. That's the short bow. Will it be another one, though? 5. 5 plus 4, 9. So, he runs up, hurt, angry, takes his rapier and like slices, and it's like Samurai Jack down through the wooden shutters going across all the way down and just blasting all the shutters out the window onto the patio that's like, not patio, onto the little porch right outside the window. You hear the wooden boards bouncing on the deck and falling all over the place as you now see lightning strike down in the distance in this rainy, stormy night. And he's gonna hop up onto the window and stand there and say, "Come on, let's go." All right, so he has moved 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. Would you like him to keep moving on? Or he's got 10 more feet of movement. Should he keep going? Okay. All right, so he is going to stand there prepping to help grab the painting on the way out. And then he's going to bonus action dodge, holding on the dodge, giving any attacks against him disadvantage. So, Lenka is up. Lenka, having seen partially what's happening up ahead, a little tough to do from down where he's at, hearing what's going on, what would you like Lenka to do? I'm with widget dodge. Got it. Got it. How heavy is the painting? Like, who can easily carry it? The painting, does it say? Actually, that's a great question. 1 second. Does it say how heavy it is? It's 15 pounds. It's just awkwardly, like, wide. So, It's not that it's too heavy. It's just an awkward shape. But I'd say one person could carry it. Probably Walsen or Captain Ommoll would be the two that could carry it by themselves. I think Lenka goes, dang, was hoping for Damien. I mean, what's their strength like? Am I wrong in assuming that he was one of the weaker ones? Strength +0. Obviously, Ommoll's is large. +2. Yeah, he and Lenka both have a +0 for it. So it's not even, again, it's not even that it's strength. It's just odd. It's an odd shape, and so they just have to be able to maneuver this large painting as they're going around. I don't actually know what the reward for this is. I just realized that. Huh. Lenka goes outside the window, and Walsen can hand the window to both Damien and Lenka. All right. So, Lenka's gonna run up. I see Lenka goes out the window. All right. And he's going to jump out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. And so he'll just kind of be ready. And then once Walsen gets up there, you can decide who he hands it to. So Walsen's up. Walsen is going to take the painting up top. Now, it is up to you who he hands the painting to as he and goes running up the steps. 5, 10, 15. Is he going to hand it to Captain Ommoll, or is he going to take it to the window and hand it out the window to Damien and Lenka? I will start a poll. Hand it to Damien and Lenka or Ommoll? Your choice. All right, to Ommoll it goes. He hands it off to Ommoll, and then I think I saw that you want to cast haste on him. But Lenka's the one with haste, right? Yeah, so Lenka will use his second, third level spell to cast haste on Captain Ommoll. Wait, what's his fourth level spell? Doesn't he have fourth level spells? Oh, no, he's level 6, not 7. Got it. Yeah, so he's going to cast haste on Ommoll. And then Walsen will hand it to Ommoll. All right. Haste is fun. It is now the portrait's turn, which is covered up. And you just hear him continue to... Oh, the sound of rain. I feel like I just heard that a few days ago on the way here. Man, you guys are going to carry me all the way out in this for somebody else? Oh, to be someone else's lackey. But there's nothing that he can do. So, Cure wounds, Damien, 3rd level. All right. Roll it. Cure wounds, a creature you touch regains the number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So that's 1d8. We need 2 more d8s. So we have 6. Plus 5 is 11. Plus 4 is 15. Plus an additional 4 is 19 to Damien. Oops, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Minus 25. There you go. Okay. So he heals him up. Captain Ommoll is hasted. Ooh. Yes, I added the 4. Because I did 19, but I did not add the 5 for Disciple of Life. So, plus an additional 5. Good call. Good call. Alright, Captain Ommoll's turn. He's hasted. He's got the painting. He is going to book it as Lenka goes, "Fly, you fools." Captain Ommoll is going to grab the painting. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and continue out. He gets doubled, right? Isn't that what haste does? Target speed is doubled. Yep, gains +2 bonus AC. It has advantage on dex saving throws, and it gains an additional action. So it's going to run the 60 feet, use his action to run 30 more feet, use his... Yeah, bingo. He can go 120 feet, right? Doubles his speed from 30 to 60. Oh, yeah, because he's not running twice. You're right. 60 feet is his distance now. So 60 feet plus his action to dash plus his extra action to dash, 180 feet. He gone as he's running away off into the distance to go take back the portrait, and the others are going to catch up behind. So I will say with that, Guildmaster Dusk. I think you would get away. I think all of you would get away. Yeah, the carriage was pretty far away. Yeah, I'm going to say with that, over the next turn, Guildmaster does not come back for you. Then the rest of you are going to take your turns to run and dash. Obviously, to catch up with them all. Oops. As you continue sprinting into the raining woods, hearing the pitter-patter of it everywhere, keeping the blanket on the painting so that it can't do anything. And Ommoll slows down for a few seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and eventually here's the... as the others come catching up in the rain. And in the background you hear, "Oh, you gotta get him, he's got the... And you got like hear all this yelling from far away as they're trying to find the directions that you're going. But eventually you do manage to, following the road, staying in the woods, make your way down to a point at which you do see the cart in the distance. And you basically come running up to it like, "Oh, go, 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 go." And you hop into the cart and immediately as the cart continues on into the distance. So the whole time you're in the cart, of course, you continue to hear the voice just talking, murmuring, telling you to take this cover off. But eventually, after a few hours of travel, you end up back at a barn. And horse stops, door opens. You step down into the mud. And greeting you at the dry entrance of the barn as the rain drips down in front of her is Adriza, the woman who helped you with this. Smirking. Hands behind the back, smirking. Well done. Wasn't sure if you could handle it, but I see why Craig trusted you. Moves her head, nods inside. This time not to go upstairs, not to beckon you upstairs, but at the bottom of the barn, as opposed to up in the hayloft, you see a tripod. One of those easels sitting there, but empty. You can drop it off here. We can hand it over to our constituents who will be paying the handsome price for its return, of which we do have your portion ready to go. And next to the easel, you see a small table, and on it is a pouch. You're not sure what's inside of it, but you see some kind of pouch sitting on the table. Captain Ommoll holding the portrait with him. Kind of, I mean, again, wide. He's dragging it over. It's getting rained on. The blanket's wet, so it's kind of sticking to the front of the portrait at this point and around the sides. Brings it into the barn. Shivers it off. He lied to us. Said this was the most handsome, not the most insufferable being. Ugh. Drops it onto the easel. And from there, you hear, a woman. Haven't heard a woman's voice in quite a few days. Well, hopefully, you'll treat me a little better than this ugly fella has. And he continues to talk, and you see a curiosity piqued by Adriza as she's staring at the cover, and as she goes to take the cover off, Ommoll puts his hand in front, not to grab her or anything, but just, I wouldn't do that. He's a bit testy. Tried to hit us with some arcane ability, and barely felt it. Way to go, Damien, but just to prep you for the fact that that could happen. And she goes, oh, I appreciate the warning. Oh, yeah, there you go. I should... Okay, rewind. It's not him that says that. As he stops the hand, Lenka now coming into the barn and pulling his hood back down. I wouldn't lift that drape. He cast a paper-cut magic missile, that's for sure. Damien barely felt it. My pouch is 4 free card deck pulls for Satchmo. So, yeah, then collectively the rest of you come in. Give her the details about the guild. Oh gosh, I just hit my headset, sorry. Give her some details about the guild itself. Give her some details about kind of what you went through. And let her know kind of the abilities of the guild master that was there that you ran into. But from there, she nods, she thanks you for your efforts, and says that collectively they might put together some sort of task force that can go handle removing them, seeing as how they might attempt to do this once more. But with your return of the painting, she picks up that pouch off the table and says, well, this is for you and your efforts, and in hopes that we might be able to work together once more in the future. And she nods to a couple of guards she kind of had around the barn to come grab the painting, and they usher it towards the back side of the barn where there's another carriage waiting, a bit more enforced. You see quite a bit more steel around it and such. And so Damien, at this point, who was the one that grabbed the pouch, will open it up, and inside of it you see a slew of gold. And collectively, you all just start to smile as you look up, and Adriza at this point is hopping into the carriage with the others, looks at you and nods, shuts the carriage, and these 2 large black stallions start jetting out into the farm path to go around the barn and back to the road that took you here. And so collectively, you guys look inside of it, and there was 3,200 gold pieces, which you would think would be very heavy. But 3,200 gold for, technically they would split it, but you guys do party gold here. So I'll have to remember to add that. But yeah, with that, you guys do notice that the cart is waiting for you that you came in on. So you get the sense that you could hop back on that and take it back to Heroes Haven. But yeah, so you do so. You hop back in the cart and start heading back to town to enjoy the spoils from this 3-session adventure for the Golden Vault. Keys of the Golden Vault. And I will say, you guys played that perfectly. The fact that you ran it, you took the one path to run into literally nobody all the way down to the floor, or to the basement, and then obviously you're going to deal with the skeletons no matter what, and the quippers and the mimic. But yeah, I mean, literally as best as you could have played that to run into as little as possible. Very impressive. Very impressive. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. You are now on your way back to Heroes Haven. Yeah, and so I like it, Zach. I like the free Sachemon pulls. So tonight, anyone that joined, rather than get gold, you'll all get a free pull, a free pack of cards to go open up. And that will have been what was the reward for the night. Because I appreciate y'all hanging out. I have fun with it. I play rogues for the tactics. Yeah, that fireball thing was sweet. Because the way that it has it set up, they have a task force set up that includes Guildmaster Dusk and all these other people. That, you know, if there's any time when you go on high alert, they collectively show up. And so included are the people that were in that room, Guildmaster Dusk and a few others. And so depending on how you ran back, if you kind of made any noise, I was going to put that kind of on high alert because you're coming from the basement. But distracting them with that fireball, genius. I was like, I have to split up their party at that point. So it makes sense that, like, these goons would have put it on high alert, and Guildmaster Dusk, being the intelligent one, would have been like, all right, well, there's another exit out of here. And so would have been going that route. But yeah, well played. Well played. Nice persuasion check, Zach. That was fun. Well, I'm sure you're like, every time we dodged one. No, it's fun. That's fun. Because that's the fun of the game. You never know what the players are going to do. You never know what the dice are going to roll. You don't know how the story is going to come out, and I just have to adjust accordingly. And so it's a thought process the whole time. That it's just fun. So I guess had we snuck back out, the Guildmaster might not have tracked us back. So yeah, I would have had you doing stealth checks on the way out. And depending on what kind of noise you might have been making, it may have, it may not have. I only have one question. The first basement room with the barrels chest, there was a secret door to the maze, wasn't there? Ooh. Did I miss a secret door? Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. Let me see. Oh, there was. Yeah. Wow. Go you. It feels like there was, and our rolls were crap. Yeah, no, there definitely was. But I don't remember knowing that. So you might have rolled all right, and I just said nothing, because I don't remember knowing that there was a secret door there. I wish I'd gotten on earlier tonight. It looked fun. Yeah, I mean, this was a fun little adventure. I do like the Keys of the Golden Vault adventures as I've read through them. I haven't done much with them, but I do like their adventures. So, alrighty. Well, it is 11:15. I think I'm gonna hop off, and I don't think I'm gonna do anything with cards tonight. I'm gonna take a night off from the cards and maybe get back to them. I don't know about. Maybe tomorrow. I've got D&D this weekend. I don't know if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. but I probably should prep a little for that. So we'll see. But yeah, if I'm doing the cards, I do like hopping on stream and doing so. So if I do that, I will hop on stream. You'll get the notification most likely. And yeah, appreciate y'all for hanging out. Brandon, would be cool if we do these again, like plan a month that we would run a 4-week campaign. Yeah, for a while I was doing them on like Wednesdays over and over and over again. But I do like to do the map makings just because it's a nice easy night. I don't have to plan as much for them. But yeah, no, I do like doing them. So once I get to be able to plan all this stuff out a little bit more, if ever, then yeah, it'll be a little more put together. But all right, well, I'm gonna hop off of here. You guys have a wonderful night. I will give you those packs before I go to sleep. But yeah, other than that, I'll catch you guys over on the Discord. See you later.